What's good, y'all? This is your girl Divine Karma coming in with today's oracle message. How are you? Excuse me, I sent you peace, light, love, and harmony, as I always do about this time. Why? Because Divine Karma loves you, baby. I'm on vacation. All right, I am in Chicago area seeing my mom. She stays with my baby sister. My mom's 87, so I try to come home and see her when I can. So I am on vacation all week, chilling, watching westerns with my mummy. So today's conversation, mid-year resolutions. Let's talk about it. First of all, people always make, New Year's resolutions. First of all, the new year has never been January 1st. You got lied to on that, but we'll discuss that at another time. The actual new year is spring, March 21st, spring equinox. That's actually the new year, to be honest with you. But there's always this energy of end of year resolutions. I want to talk about doing a mid-year resolution. All right. 4th of July week. We just came out of June, so we're a little past that halfway mark in the Gregorian calendar. All right. So ask yourself, where are you? Right? When it comes to the resolutions and things you wanted to change that you decided, your New Year's resolutions that you made back in December, January, all right? Where are you? Let's do a halfway point, all right? Where are you? Like, have you accomplished these goals? Have you dropped them by the wayside, right? We need to start holding each other accountable, spiritual folk, for let's do our mid-year check-in and resolutions, all right? Instead of waiting till the end of the year, right? And I say that because we know that time is an illusion, right? If you don't understand that, time is an illusion. It's man-made, right? It's something that happens on this planet, but the past, present, and future are all happening at the same time, right? So New Year's resolutions and resolutions in general can put you in a very anxious energy, right? So just think about it. When you're thinking about time and your thoughts, if you dwell on the past, right, it puts you in a very strong energy of regrets, right? Things, the coulda, woulda, shoulda energy, right? When you put yourself too far in the future, it makes you very anxious because you're like, oh my gosh, I want this, but I'm not even halfway there. So looking too far in the future can put you in a very anxious energy, right? But the present moment is a gift. That's why it's called a present, right? So let's deal with the present moment with a spirit speak to me, through me, and for me, with a balance, so to speak, and a kind of spiritual astral projection kind of review of the past and the future, where we are in this present moment without having regrets and not feeling anxious, right? So think back to your New Year's resolution, what you said you were going to do, right? Here we are, a little bit past, halfway mark of the year. If there's some things that you haven't done, right, don't move in the energy of regret. The first thing you want to do is put yourself in the present moment, right? And put yourself, what can I do right now in this present energy, right? To accomplish the things that I had set out to do some months ago, right? Like I said, don't dwell on what you don't have or what you didn't do. Deal with the present moment, right? So take accountability first of where you are in the present moment. Okay, I hold myself accountable. I said I was going to do this. Still got some work to do in that arena of my life, right? In the present moment, I'm going to hold myself accountable, and then you're going to move into action, okay? Law of attraction has the word action in it. It just doesn't happen overnight, right? So where are you in the present moment? What can you do in the present moment that is going to bring what you said you was going to do into fruition, which is the future? It's all about balance, right? So if you still have some things that you was really serious about in your, New Year's resolution, so to speak, and put yourself in the present moment, hold yourself accountable, and think about what can you do right now to put that more into action, right? Not to say, don't put yourself so far in the future to where you get anxious because you're like, oh my gosh, it's middle of the year. I need to have this done by the end of the year. So what do I do? If you put yourself in that energy, you're going to make yourself anxious, right? That's why I said the future can make people have anxiety. All right. So that's the first thing you want to do. Take some actions, write some things down. Do you need to change your affirmations up? Maybe, right? Or if you didn't do any affirmations, to create some affirmations, right? To bring whatever these things are or this thing into fruition. Mid-year check-in, all right? Now, when you think about where you want to be at the end of the year, like I said, if you put yourself in the I don't have, oh my gosh, I haven't done energy, you are going to make yourself into an anxious frenzy. All right. So instead of doing that, instead of putting yourself in an anxious frenzy, right? Sit down, come up with some better affirmations. And sometimes you might realize because of outside circumstances and things that have happened that you might not get all the way to that goal at the end of the year. And that's okay. People get so over the top when they, New Year's resolutions and it didn't, fall through. Maybe because of external circumstances and forces, some things have happened that, you might not make it up. So be grateful for the milestone. Even if you're at the halfway mark at one of your New Year's resolutions, right? First of all, be grateful that you came that far because you could have just not had done nothing. If you didn't do anything, different conversation. You got some work to put in. But if you've done a little bit here and there, be grateful for the little bit that you have done. And then just know, time to turn it up a little bit, especially if there were things outside of you that you could not control, why you aren't where you needed to be, right? We all have these things, karmic cycles, karmic debts, things, there's debt. Fate and destiny always play a part, right? So just don't get yourself so worked up about being anxious about where you're not at. Let's focus on where you are at, the things that you have done, and be grateful about it, right? So just like I said, a mid-year kind of check-in to see where you are. And, maybe sometimes we have to revisit New Year's resolutions and kind of, rearrange them a little bit, put some different, come at it at different angles. And that's okay. Like nothing is meant to be perfect, And sometimes we make New Year's resolutions and realize halfway through the year that wasn't even the best decision for us, right? It might have not happened because rejection is protection when it comes to some things, right? So that's another thing you reevaluate if something didn't happen accordingly, how you, for your New Year's resolution. Sit back and spiritually analyze that thing on an energetic and frequency and vibrational level and ask yourself, man, was the divine, was God or the universe or whoever source is for you keeping me from something to protect me? You might have not even been ready at the time if that thing would have fell in your lap, right? So you also have to take that into consideration, when you are at your mid-year check-in, as we doing with your resolutions that you made, all right? But don't beat yourself up about it because there's also other things at play. Now, if you just ain't did nothing towards what you said you was gonna do, right? Like I said, the first thing is holding yourself accountable and having a conversation with self and literally saying, self, you was a lazy bum this year. You didn't set out to do nothing that you said you was gonna do, and you hold yourself accountable just for being, a lazy bum in whatever arena that is in your life, right? But it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that you need to get a game plan in order. Some people make resolutions and they don't have no kind of plan. You know what? I'm going to lose weight this year. Okay, what's the plan? No plan at all. They just throw the resolution out there. Maybe right now is a good time, mid-year check-in, for you to actually put a plan into place for that thing to happen, all right? Instead of just throwing it out there in the universe and just saying, oh, it'll get figured out. Action is in the law of attraction, right? This is your girl, Divine Karma. Y'all know the drill. I love you, and I love it when you love me back. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.